With the Reality ecosystem, motion design mode can be used for tracked AR and virtual studio graphics as well. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use sublayer modifiers on 3D AR graphics. You can find this example graphic within the VS and AR example project templates. Let's start. At the moment, the scene doesn't contain any light sources, which makes the AR elements difficult to read. To improve visibility, I'll switch the scene to unlit mode. If we open the Animations tab, you'll notice that there are no change in or change out animations defined yet. We'll create those animations step by step. First, I'll dock the Animations panel so we can work more efficiently. Now I want to create transition animations for each text element and control them using sublayer modifiers. I'll start by selecting all text actors. You can do this quickly by filtering the motion design outline to show only text actors and then selecting them all at once. By default, the blend mode of the text actors is set to opaque. Since we want to animate opacity, we need to switch the blend mode to translucent. I'll apply this setting to all selected text actors. At this stage, you may notice some transparency artifacts. This happens because the background panel behind the text is also using a translucent material, which causes a translucent sort priority issue. To fix this, open the operator stack and add a translucent sort priority modifier. This resolves the sorting problem immediately. Now we're ready to create our animations. I'll start with the first text element. Before continuing, make sure the text filter in the outline is disabled. I'll create new animation and name it completion _ left _ in. From the Details panel, I'll search for the opacity parameter and animate it. An animation length of around 30 frames is sufficient, so I'll set the end frame accordingly. Next, I'll duplicate this animation, rename it completion _ left _ out, and reverse it to create the out animation. With the animation ready, I'll select the text actor and add a transition logic sublayer modifier from the operator stack. Then I'll assign the change in and change out animations. To control this from the rundown, the text property needs to be exposed. This property is already part of the remote controller set. Whenever this property changes across rundown items, the change will trigger the sublayer modifier. You can see the completion parameter listed there. I'll repeat the same process for the remaining text actors, creating change in and change out animations for each one. I'll cut this part to keep the video shorter. Now that the comparison section is complete, let's move on to the player graphics. Instead of creating separate animations for individual properties such as name, number, position, or textures, we'll take a more efficient approach. When a player changes, all of these parameters change together, so it makes more sense to control them with a single animation per player. We'll create one animation for the left player and one animation for the right player. Each animation will control all relevant parameters, including text values, player image, and team logo. Let's start with the left player. I'll create a new animation and name it player _ left _ in. I'll begin by animating the text parameters. When multiple elements are selected, you can add keyframes to all of them simultaneously. For textures, I'll animate the layer opacity parameter. I'll apply the same method to the team logo. Once the in-animation is complete, I'll duplicate it and reverse it to create the player underscore left underscore out animation. Now let's add sublayer modifier to player box elements. By selecting all of them, I can add a sublayer modifier to all elements at once. You can also select multiple elements and add a sublayer modifier for all selected elements at the same time. Next, I'll repeat the same workflow for the right player. I'll create the in-animation, duplicate it, speed up this part of the process. At this point, all AR graphics are fully controlled using sublayer modifiers. Finally, we can test the result directly from the rundown to verify that the transitions and parameter changes work as expected. We can test the graphics using the motion design rundown. To create a motion design rundown, open the content browser, right-click on an empty area, hover over the motion design menu and select motion design rundown. Next, add the graphics level as a template and create pages from it. When working with a motion design rundown, a channel must be created in the broadcast module. This channel is required for playing back the graphics. Here you can see a preview camera on the graphics. In Lino, we have the ability to preview AR graphics before program as well, just like on-air graphics. Now I'll change some parameters randomly and play each page item one by one. This allows us to preview how the graphics behave during transitions. This preview represents the graphics output inside Reality Editor. For a real broadcast scenario, the same graphics can be tested and controlled through Reality Hub. I added 3 templates to the rundown. The first 2 are the same graphics, the last one is a different one. Reality has a unique feature which is AR preview. Operators can preview their graphics before taking them to the program. Also, we are visualizing the scene web stream with advanced preview monitor. Let me change a few of the properties. Now my graphics are ready. Let's take them in. On the left panel, you can see the preview output, and on the right side, you can see the program output. Let's maximize the program out for now. Now, the sublayer and transition logic are working perfectly fine.